Hey guys, and welcome to WWE Interviews here on Stinger Wild, where we bring you all of the biggest names and all of the coolest interviews in the world of WWE and professional wrestling. In today's interview, guys, it is the Texas Rattlesnake, Stone Cold Steve Austin, as he remembers very fondly the ninth wonder of the world, Chyna. Chyna, real name Joni Lara, of course, passed away sadly in 2016. And this interview is actually taken back from a time right after Chyna passed away. And here Stone Cold remembers Chyna and just how much she helped out that Triple H character back in those early days, and how those two were such a great team together, and she really did. She was great with Triple H. Stone Cold also remembers the 99 Royal Rumble, if you can remember back then when he actually eliminated Chyna from that Rumble. Chyna breaking new ground there, of course, when she became the first woman to ever enter a Royal Rumble match. And Stone Cold just talks about how much he respected Chyna and how disappointed that he was that she was not inducted into the Hall of Fame while she was alive. And we all know that should have been the case, right? She really did deserve that. So it's a really awesome tribute here from Stone Cold, and remember to stick around for after the interview when I'll be sharing some more of my memories from Chyna. And for now, let's go check it out.
So anyway, I hung up the phone. I looked right at my wife. She was in there making dinner, and I said, "You ain't gonna believe this." And she said, "What?" I said, "Chyna is dead." She said, "Oh my God." And my wife didn't know Chyna. She didn't watch wrestling. She didn't watch wrestling when I was in it. But she knew of her, and I'd been speaking to her or direct messaging her, and she knew that I was working on getting ready to have her on my show. And she could see what an impact it had on me. It was just like someone hit me in the head with a baseball bat. But I just remember, her taking herself and that character very serious. And as she took herself serious, she was pushed serious. And the fans, the WWE fans, took her serious. And for a female to come in and basically be a guy's heater or backup or muscle, because, man, she really helped out the Triple H character. They were such a package together. And that was money. And then her and DX was obviously money. And, man, it's just... I don't think it'll ever be right because she didn't go into the Hall of Fame, while she was alive, living and breathing with us. And I thought she earned the right to be in the Hall of Fame. And to put her in there posthumously, if I'm saying that word correctly, man, it's just not good enough. And so I don't know how you rectify that, how you deal with that, because things are just screwed up. And man, her going into the Hall of Fame is just so small in comparison to the fact that this young lady is no longer with us. I don't know what to make of it. But anyway, I'll wrap up my thoughts about Chyna by saying I just thought she was a super sweetheart lady. She had her issues. Hey, man, we all do. She weathered a lot of storms. She had a tough life. But on the big stage, she got out there and performed. She gave her heart. She gave her heart and soul to everything she did, and she loved the business. And she was a pleasure to be around, and she was a breath of fresh air. And I was sorry to hear on April 20th when I got that phone call that she was passed away, and it was indeed true. So Chyna, I always called her Chyna. Some people call people by their first names, depending on how you know them. Joni, man, I'll miss you. I had so much fun with you and enjoyed all of our times that we got to spend together and our stupid brand sense of humor. That time I busted my ass in the Houston Summit right before I was fixing to go out there and wrestle Mick Foley, and you were sitting on that anvil case, and I was putting my water on and slipped in a pile of water and busted my ass right in front of you. I remember all them good times, and I remember you, and I wish you were still here.
So Stone Cold mentioning there how disappointed he was that Chyna was not inducted into the Hall of Fame while she was alive. And yeah, she should have been. She was a huge part of the Attitude Era. She was a massive part of what made DX popular and different at the time. and she was a big part of that changing face of WWE when the Attitude Era came about and it turned from being pretty mellow and boring into the mid-90s into the awesomeness that it became in the Attitude Era and beyond. She was a really big part of that. She was, of course, finally inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame as a part of D-Generation X in 2019. But boy, did they take their time in doing that. And it wasn't actually a solo entry just for Chyna, she was a part of a group. But I think we still need to see that solo entry for Chyna into the WWE Hall of Fame. She deserves it, we all know it. It's just so obvious. Chyna was groundbreaking, she truly was the ninth wonder of the world. And it was WWE history in the making when she entered that 1999 Royal Rumble. She was the first woman to ever do it. Who would have ever thought that a woman would have entered the Royal Rumble? And she was the first ever woman's Intercontinental Champion, if you can remember that as well. More history made by Chyna. Of course, Chyna and Triple H were in a real life relationship at that time in the WWE. But things went sour between them, and obviously Triple H and Stephanie McMahon got together at that time. She still did carry on and had quite a bit of success in the WWE after that, aligning herself with Eddie Guerrero with the whole Latino Heat gimmick, becoming the women's champion. She still did pretty well, but just never quite reached those heights from her time in DX. There were obvious tensions there between Chyna and the WWE, and she left what was then the World Wrestling Federation in November of 2001, several months after she had been taken off television. There are various reports on how Chyna's relationship ended with the WWE. Some say it was amicable. Chyna herself has stated that she was sent home and was later sent a fax telling her that she was not needed anymore. So read into that what you will. There's always two sides to every story, right? In 2002, she went on to New Japan Pro Wrestling and wrestled several matches for the promotion there. And of course, she was a part of TNA in 2011 as well. However, did not stay with the company long. And as Stone Cold mentioned in his interview there, Chyna, Joni Lara, had gone on to teach English, and that is what she was doing at the time she passed away. It was April 20th, 2016 when she was found dead at her home in Redondo Beach in California. She was just 46 years old. Chyna was cremated and her ashes were scattered into the Pacific Ocean. Sad stuff and gone far too soon, Chyna, Joni Lara. She was an absolute juggernaut in the WWE. She was a superstar. She was something different. She was a huge part of the Attitude Era. Don't underestimate that one, guys. A huge part. And she truly was the ninth wonder of the world. From all the funny stuff she did with Shawn Michaels, Triple H, and D-Generation X, to coming out and using that rocket launcher type device on her entrance, shooting confetti and t-shirts and whatever else she did into the crowd, to being the first woman to ever enter a Royal Rumble, becoming an Intercontinental Champion. So many great memories, and you are missed by the WWE Universe. Rest in peace, Chyna. As always, guys, like, subscribe if you haven't already, tell a friend about the channel, and we will catch you next time here on Stinger Wild for more WWE interviews. Thanks heaps, guys, for tuning into the video. Be sure to drop a scorpion death drop on that like button and subscribe to the channel for more awesome pro wrestling action from the WWE, the WCW, and much more.